Have you ever told yourself, I'll start tomorrow, tomorrow I'll begin the gym, tomorrow I'll chase my dream, tomorrow I'll call that person I love? But here's the truth, tomorrow is never guaranteed. And sometimes waiting for tomorrow means losing everything. Today we will see Daniel's story, and through it, you'll learn why tomorrow never exists. In a small American town, there lived a 28-year-old man named Daniel Carter. Daniel wasn't poor, he wasn't rich. He worked at a small auto repair shop, lived in a rented apartment, and carried within him a heart full of dreams. He often said to his friends, "One day, I'll start my own car restoration business. One day, I'll travel across the country. One day, I'll give my parents the life they deserve." But there was always one problem. Every time he thought about action, he whispered to himself, "Tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow." Each morning, Daniel's alarm rang at 6 a.m. Each morning, he hit snooze. "I'll get up earlier tomorrow." He wanted to write a business plan. Instead, he scrolled on his phone. "I'll do it tomorrow." He wanted to apply for a bank loan. Instead, he hung out with friends. Tomorrow will be a better day to start. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. Daniel's life was a collection of tomorrows that never came. One evening, Daniel visited his father, Mr. Carter, a retired factory worker. His father looked at him with tired eyes and asked, "Son, when will you begin? You've been talking about your dream for years, but your tomorrow never comes." Daniel laughed it off. "Dad, don't worry. I'm still young. I have time. I'll start soon. Maybe tomorrow." His father sighed deeply, almost as if he had heard those words one too many times. A week later, Daniel received shocking news. His father had suffered a massive heart attack. The doctors saved him, but warned, his time is limited. If you want to do something meaningful with him, don't wait. Daniel sat outside the hospital room, his heart pounding, his throat dry. For the first time, he asked himself, what if tomorrow never comes? That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He remembered all the times he told his father, "I'll take you on a road trip tomorrow. I'll buy you that house tomorrow. I'll make you proud tomorrow." But tomorrow never came. For the first time in his life, Daniel realized, I've been living in an illusion. Tomorrow is just a lie I tell myself to escape today's responsibility. The very next morning, Daniel did something different. His alarm rang at 6 a.m. He didn't hit snooze. He sat at his kitchen table and began writing his business plan. He called his father's friend who once owned a small shop and asked for advice. He skipped hanging out with friends and instead worked overtime to save money. For the first time, he was no longer waiting for tomorrow. A few weeks later, Daniel went to see his father. He carried a small notebook full of ideas, sketches, and plans. He showed it to his father and said, "Dad, I'm done waiting for tomorrow. I've started today." His father smiled weakly, his eyes filled with tears. "That's all I ever wanted to hear, son, because today is all we truly have." But here's the thing, change isn't easy. Daniel had wasted years in delay, and now he had to fight harder, work longer, and sacrifice more to catch up. His old habits of procrastination still whispered, "Take it easy. Do it later. Rest today, work tomorrow." But every time he heard that voice, he remembered his father in the hospital bed and the fear that tomorrow might never come. That fear became his fuel. Daniel soon discovered that chasing a dream wasn't as simple as writing it down. The bank rejected his first loan application. His friends mocked him. "Come on, Dan. You? A business owner? Just relax, man. You've got time." Some days, his own mind betrayed him. He stared at the empty notebook and thought, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm not ready. Maybe tomorrow will be better. But then he remembered his father's weak voice in that hospital bed. Today is all we truly have. And that reminder pulled him back every single time. Daniel realized that motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what builds success. He made a simple rule for himself. No matter how I feel, I will do at least one thing today for my dream. Some days it was a big step, making business calls, meeting potential investors. Other days it was small, researching, learning, or just writing ideas. But he never let a single day pass without action, because he knew letting even one day slip might drag him back into the trap of tomorrow. To save money, Daniel sold his TV and canceled his streaming subscriptions. While his friends partied, he stayed in the garage, fixing cars late at night to earn extra cash. While others enjoyed weekends, Daniel invested his time learning about entrepreneurship, customer service, and marketing. At times, he felt lonely. At times, he felt exhausted. But every time fatigue hit him, he whispered to himself, "Tomorrow isn't promised. Work today." After months of hard work, Daniel finally got a chance. A local businessman, impressed by his determination, agreed to partner with him. Together, they opened a small auto restoration shop. On opening day, Daniel's father, frail but smiling, sat in the front row. As the ribbon was cut, Daniel looked at his dad and said, "This is for you, Dad." I stopped waiting for tomorrow. Tears rolled down his father's cheeks. That moment was worth every sacrifice. The shop didn't just survive, it thrived. Customers admired Daniel's honesty and hard work. Word spread, and soon he expanded into a bigger garage. But more important than success was the transformation within Daniel himself. He was no longer the man who said tomorrow. He became the man of today. And his father, though his days were numbered, lived long enough to see his son rise. Not because of tomorrow, but because he finally acted today. So remember, Daniel's story isn't just about cars or business. It's about life. How many times have you delayed a dream? How many times have you said, "I'll start tomorrow," and then tomorrow never came? Think about the book you wanted to write, the business you wanted to start, the call you wanted to make, the health you wanted to improve. All of those things are waiting, but not for tomorrow. They're waiting for you today. Remember this truth: laziness borrows time from tomorrow, but tomorrow never pays it back. If you want to change your life, stop waiting. Stop lying to yourself with the word tomorrow. Begin now. Begin today. Even the smallest step counts, because one day you'll wake up and there won't be a tomorrow left to count on. If Daniel's story inspired you, take one action today, no matter how small. And if this message touched your heart, don't just keep it to yourself. Hit that like button to support more stories like this. Subscribe to our channel so you never miss a life-changing lesson. And share this video with someone you care about, someone who keeps waiting for tomorrow. Together, let's remind the world, there is no tomorrow. There is only today.